Hey mama, I see you. You did all the things. You went to the right school, you got the right job, you married, you had your kids, you had a white picket fence or something similar. You did all the things. And now here you are. And the one thing missing is you. Yeah. The one thing missing is, who am I in all of this? Who did I lose sight of in the giving to other people, in the nurturing of other dreams, of the raising of children and the next generation, and engaging in all the different ways that other people needed to be supported? What happened? What happened to that little one who loved to stare out the window, stare at the clouds, to go for walks in nature, to play with stones and crystals and look at oracle cards and meditate and breathe and do yoga? What happened? What happened? I think we all know what happened. In order to be of service, in order to give at that capacity, something had to be sacrificed. And part of that sacrifice was you. And part of it, I know for sure, we did out of joy. We did out of necessity. We did because that was what we saw from our parents, from our grandparents, from everything around us, TV, social media, everything. Except here we are now. And maybe those people don't need us as much. Maybe they're going off and living their own lives now. And then here we are with a TV and a phone, and that's it. And I don't mean to paint a negative picture because so much has been accomplished along the way, right? You checked all the boxes. I checked all the boxes. And maybe you're sitting here like at 40 something or 50 something, at 60 something, and saying, hey, what do I want to do now? How do I want to engage with the world? And how do I tap back into all of those things that really brought me a lot of joy and happiness and I'm curious about? I know. And the whisper of that is, it's there. It's always been there. And now we're going to open that portal a little bit. We're going to start with some Kundalini Yoga. We're going to do some really gentle practices. Nothing crazy, nothing upside down, nothing super strenuous, no jumping jacks, none of that. We're going to start with slow, gentle movement. Maybe we're even going to sit in a chair while we do it, or on the bed. Maybe we'll sit on the floor if we feel like it. I'll drop a few of those practices here so that you can see what's available, and you can pick and choose which one might deal with the stress, might deal with the anxiety, might deal with the change of your body, the change of your hormones, the change that's here in front of you in your life now. Because here is the little secret. When you enter perimenopause and menopause itself, one of the hormones that we relied on to be collaborative, to be open to taking care of others, that particular hormone starts to diminish. And so there is no automatic anymore. There is no extra resource that tells us, yeah, we can do it. And so we don't need to do it. This is the time in our lives where we start to take on our own values, to voice our own words. I want to do it in a space and a time that allows us a lot of room to transform. Okay, so Kundalini Yoga is a really good place. So here in your midlife, as your body is changing, your mind is changing, your responsibilities are changing, your career might even be changing, is the time to dive in. Because here are the deep spiritual roots that lead you back to who you've always been. Your soul self. The part of you that's undying and unborn. The part of you that needs to know that there's so much life ahead, so many adventures waiting for you. And as you blossom into that person that you may have forgotten, but who hasn't forgotten you, those opportunities will come. I've seen hundreds of examples in the women that I speak to who do numerology consults, start their yoga practice and start to evolve, start to blossom, start to transform, start to say no to the things that are draining, start to say yes to the things that bring pleasure and the people who bring joy and the places of intimacy that we might have missed before. That's what's on offer. And then I want to invite you into thinking about it even more so. That being in a container, being in a learning container, a continuously evolving container where you can meet other people, hear other stories, learn in new ways, learn from people who you may never meet in your local community, but who are residing in places all over the world, are ready to meet you and are vulnerable enough to share their stories and to hold yours as well. That's what I want to invite you into. So do your Kundalini Yoga practice first. Get a little familiar. And then once you've done a few months, step in a little deeper. Come into Kundalini Yoga training. I assure you it's a safe space. I assure you that you will have an education that you never imagined that you needed, wanted. Because a lot of the skills that are required now in the world of stability, of authenticity, of integrity, we weren't taught those things in our childhood. We have to learn them now. And we have to learn them in spiritual dimensions so that we don't miss anything. We don't just go linear right from the brain. We don't just go from the emotion, how we feel. But actually, what is the integrated, holistic, experiential being that wants all of that? And that's the kind of person who is the best parent. And that's the kind of person who is the best partner. And that's the kind of person who is just fine on their own. Okay, so there's the invitation. I'm excited to meet you. When you're ready for Kundalini Yoga training, you click the link below in this video. Look for Kundalini Yoga training and start with a discovery call. That's you and me, one-on-one, for an hour, talking about what it is that you want to do, how you want to get there, and I'll help you see how this program will help. And trust me, it will. If you found this helpful, give it a like. Comment below, what are your questions? What didn't I say? What do you want to say to me? I welcome that. I think it's so important. Let's talk about it. Drop a comment below, and I'll see you very soon.